Hi there, here we are again. This is lesson 2 of classical gas, note for note. First we're going to learn bars 12 through 26, and the good thing about this is that after you have 12 through 15 down, just those 4 bars, you repeat them 3 more times, which gets you clear through to bar 26. These bars repeat themselves throughout the piece, so once you have them down, you have a lot of the learning done. By the way, the numbers I use for the bar numbers are from the power tab. There's a 1 number difference between the book and the power tab when you get a little further along. The first 2 notes of bar 12 are a 2-string chord. On your right hand, the 5th string is played with your right thumb at the same time that the 2nd string, open, is played with your middle finger. Note that neither of the 2 notes for the chord require you to be in the A minor position, but I want you in the A minor position to be ready for what happens next. I want you to have your first finger up instead of just having it down on the 2nd string of 1st fret. That way you can get those 2 notes of the 1st chord open. Now we're going to start with a hammer-on. And it's important that you play this with your middle finger in your right hand for what happens next, because you're going to need your first finger of your right hand immediately after the hammer-on. The way I want you to do this is I'm using my middle finger of my right hand for that. Hammer-on. So it's a hammer-on and a pull-off. Then you hit the 2nd string 1st fret with your 3rd finger. And then the 3rd string on the 2nd fret with your 1st finger. So it's going to sound like this. Now, you're going to repeat that 3 times. One of the things that you often hear, and you're going to start noticing it, when people play classical gas, often they play it beautifully, but they play the beginning of this run incorrectly. They'll play it with their 1st finger down to start it, then do a pull-off and a hammer-on. That's just the opposite of how Mason Williams plays it. Now later on, in one instance, he's going to do it that way. I'll show you when we get there. But don't play it with your 1st finger down doing a pull-off and a hammer-on. See the way they play it? That's wrong. Notice, and he plays it. Now I want you to notice that in bars 19, and again I believe in 23, you have a choice. 2 double string hammer-ons are shown there. Mason Williams doesn't play these double string hammer-ons. Now, there's a 30-year difference between the 2 records that we're copying, the Mason Williams phonograph record and the record Handmade, and the copyright of his book. And maybe somewhere in between over that 30 years, he has played it with these 2 double string hammer-ons. But that's not how he does it in Handmade, and we're trying to do this note for note. If you did play them, they would sound like this. So let's do bars 12 through 15 very slowly. When I say that Mason Williams climbs the fretboard, what I mean is he's going to be starting from, which is bar 27, and then climbing up to a bar chord at the 5th fret. So let's start with how he does it the first time, which is bar 27. See how he still has that down? You keep that down until the 3rd note of bar 28. That's bars 27 and 28. Now we're going to play bars 27 through 30 and include the first chord of bar 31. It's this chord. So here's what that should sound like. Now, I want you to look at that bar chord. You're going to be using that position again several times during the course of this. That's a full bar. That's your your second finger at the 2nd fret 3rd string, and your 3rd finger at the 4th string 3rd fret. And that's what it should sound like. Now you're going to have to work on getting your pinky to hit the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And one of the things that kind of helps is as you move into a different note is rocking your hand to do that. It's kind of a rocking motion that gets you there.